I'm just trying to get some more fidelity on the number of foreign students' visas that have been revoked. There's been some back and forth, and it's a little nebulous.
Sure.
If you have not the exact figure, I'm sure, because it's a fluid situation, but
it's one of my new favorite words, because that is somewhat correct. We know that, of course, there's some things I've said, I think, regularly on the issue of visas, is that we don't speak about specifics, right? We tend to also not provide statistics, and I think that's also important. So I'm not going to talk to you about numbers, because also it does continue to change. As we talk about numbers and everything else, we're looking at a framework where it gets us closer to the specifics for individuals, which we don't want to do. Of course, it's a big story. It's something also that's important when it comes to the larger story of the revocation of visas and why that's happening. But the Secretary also addressed this a couple of times on the trip. He was asked about certain numbers of visas that were revoked. He said he didn't know, but that we'll revoke the visas of whoever it is that fits within the category of what it is we're deciding is going to get your visa revoked, which is illegal activity, essentially. I do know that from our own conversations here, that, here we go, the department, I can say this specifically, revokes visas every day in order to secure America's borders and keep our communities safe, and will continue to do so. Because the process is ongoing, the number of revocations, as I've noted, is dynamic, and the department generally does not provide statistics on visa revocations, and generally we were not going to add anything at this time. But clearly, this is a process that we're committed to and is part of making America safe again. It's within our right, it's within the right of every sovereign nation to make a determination who will stay in this country, who'll be allowed in this country, and the Secretary, of course, has been very clear on this. What we can also say is that we have zero tolerance for non-citizens who violate U.S. laws. Those who break the law, including students, may face visa refusal, visa revocation, and/or deportation. Also, all visa applicants, no matter the visa type and where they are located, are continuously vetted. So we are looking always at your status in this process. We also are looking at the security vetting. It runs from the time of each application through adjudication of the visa, and afterwards during the validity period of every visa issued, to ensure that the individual remains eligible to travel to and be in the United States. The Department of State will work closely, continues to work closely with the Department of Homeland Security, which enters into this process to administer and enforce U.S. visas and immigration laws. A lot of this may have been unknown to people who have visas because we haven't had to discuss it before, but I think that should answer your question. Yes, ma'am.